Hair down.
Hey everybody, welcome. My name is Coach Mary and I'm here with Coach Jessyca, and we're here just to give you a little bit of information about our food addiction and recovery group. A little bit about, just quickly, we want to introduce ourselves. I'm 48 years old. I've been keto about 6 years. I've been a coach for Ketovangelist Coaching for about 4 years. And my passion is helping people overcome their food addiction and obsession with food. I also like to work with type 2 diabetics and bringing their blood sugar back to normal. But mostly I have a passion for helping people get free from the bondage of food. And Jessyca, tell everybody a little bit about you.
Well, I'm also known online as Coach Jessyca. And I have struggled with eating disorders my whole life. And it's been quite rewarding to be able to, in the last 3 years as a coach for Ketovangelist, really work with people and help them overcome their own issues with eating disorders, whether it is bulimia or compulsive overeating or binge eating. I'm 45 years old. I got clean when I was 41. So I'm coming up on 4 years myself. And I was one of those people that thought I was too far gone for anything to work for me because I had done all the diets and I had been in all the treatment centers. But if I was able to get free, you can get free too. So Mary and I do this class together. This will be the 16th class. And we have just learned so much from all the classes before, and we really want to help you get free.
So a little bit about how the group works. It is an 8-week group. It's done online. It's all via a secret Facebook group, which means that none of your friends and family will see that you're a member of the group. You have anonymity as far as that goes. The only people who know you're in the group is me and Jessyca and the other group members. You're all in the same boat. You're all there for the same purpose, to overcome your dysfunctional relationship with food. So it is 8 weeks, and how it works is each week we have an agenda, a list of topics that we cover. Jessyca and I post videos related to that week's topic. There is a group discussion thread where it requires your participation each week. And we also have a journaling assignment. And then also once a week, there is a live chat session via Zoom. And people, if you're available to attend when we are actually doing it, that's great. But if you can't, it's always recorded and it's posted to the group. So you can always go back and watch it at your convenience. And that way you're not going to miss anything. So again, it is 8 weeks. The cost is $199 for the 8-week program. You can sign up for it at ketovangelistcoaching.com. There's a tab that says specialty groups. And if you click on it, there's a drop-down menu and you'll see food addiction and recovery. You just click on that and it'll take you to the registration form. We do keep, the spaces are limited. We do usually max it out at about 20-ish people, no more. We try not to do more than 20 people because we like to keep it small and fairly intimate so that we can get to know you and you can get to know us. And Jessyca is going to tell you all what we cover in the group.
Yeah, we cover a lot. Obviously, it's 8 weeks. I just want to say, to Mary's point about keeping it small, one of the best benefits of this group we have found is being able to speak freely about your addictive behavior. A lot of times when you have disordered or dysfunctional eating, we feel like we're very alone. And one of the best things that we can do is actually share with people who don't judge, who will say, me too, I've done that same disordered thing. I have had that same behavior. When we come out of hiding and we're able to expose and tell our secrets in a safe place, that's when we get well. And I think that's one of the greatest benefits of this small group. Otherwise, look at it as a class. We teach you how to overcome your disordered thought patterns and break patterns that no longer serve you well in your life. I think that is the big thing, is to realize that no matter how long you've been sick, no matter how unwell you have been and what else hasn't worked, you are capable of breaking those patterns. And we've seen hundreds of people now get free using the method that we teach. It is about becoming really self-aware and changing behaviors, and realizing that you are capable of becoming a better version of you when you are free without addiction. There's a lot of talk about self-sabotage. We dig really deep in this group. We don't talk so much about the actual food and macros, though we do use a ketogenic diet, Mary and I both have, for our food sobriety. It's more about your behaviors. We talk about emotional eating, the reasons why we eat, how to get through those times where you've always used food. So many people use food when they are anxious or lonely or tired. And we help you understand that the only way to soothe those things, for tiredness, you need rest. For loneliness, you need connection. And we really teach you to be able to stop in the moment and work your way through those things. We also talk about self-esteem. We talk about numbers obsession, whether that's your weight, whether it's macros, whether it's the size of your pants, whether it's your ketones. Numbers obsession tends to go right along with food obsession and food addiction. Again, the goal is freedom. The goal is for food to not be the primary focus of your life and your thoughts, but to take its proper place in the background of your life, and be able to enjoy food, but not use it for something other than nourishing your body. And we would love to help you. Again, we've had a lot of classes and we've learned from every single one, and we know that you can get free because so many have, because we have.
Absolutely. So how do you know if this group is for you? Well, we have some key questions, and you may or may not have seen us promote our group on the Ketovangelist groups, and you may have seen the food addiction quiz. But essentially, if you're someone who you've been a lifelong, chronic dieter, your weight is up and down, you lose weight, then you gain it back and then some. You've tried every diet known to man on the planet, and never been able to sustain anything. Maybe you are already, maybe you've been attempting keto, but you can't seem to stay on. You make it a few days and then you cave to the sugar cravings, or you go really well for a while and then something tough happens in your life and you end up emotionally eating and binging and spiral down and gain the weight back. If you've ever eaten in secret, Jessyca and I have both, prior to our food sobriety, eaten things and hid wrappers in the trash. Maybe you eat when you're not hungry. You eat for emotional reasons. Maybe you do great all day long and then nighttime comes and everything falls apart. And maybe, and if you're someone who you eat a lot of food in a short period of time, you're a binge eater, or you eat, maybe you don't necessarily binge, but you regularly eat past full. All of those things, or maybe you have that voice, you do really well and something comes up, something is tough, and you hear the voice say, oh, it's been such a hard day and you've been good all day, you deserve a treat. And
the voice of sabotage.
Yes, the voice of sabotage. And then you give in to that, and then you feel guilty, and then either that begins a downward spiral, or then you wake up the next morning and you're like, today's the day, I'm going to get it together today. But then again, by afternoon or evening, it all falls apart. And if you're stuck in a vicious cycle like that, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, and you just can't seem to get it together. If you say things like, what the hell is wrong with me? Why can't I get my act together? I'm successful in other areas of my life, but I just can't lose the weight. those are the kinds of things that, you know, we will address in the group. If any of those things describe you, you can benefit from this group.
You mentioned secret eating, and again, you know, part of getting freedom is being authentic and not doing things that make you feel guilty and in hiding. And Mary and I often talk about how eating has happened in the car. Maybe you're someone who goes and you go to a drive-through and you order food and you act like it's for more than one person, or you go from one drive-through to another drive-through and you eat in the car by yourself. Perhaps you actually eat normally in front of people and then you go by yourself and binge. You know, some people, I know I was this way, I would actually manipulate situations so I could get alone and eat. Like I would get rid of people that I cared about, in actual people, I get rid of them so I could spend time alone with food. You know, maybe you're someone who has no idea how to maintain. You have found yourself your entire life either on the way down, losing weight, or on the way up. You just don't know how to exist at peace with food. You're either down or up, and you're never at a place where you can just rest and be and have food be what it's meant to be in your life. And of course, there's many other things, but if any of this rings true for you, then this group is something that you should consider. In terms of cost, it is very reasonable for what you get out of it. I know I have clients that have said to me, Jessica, I don't know if I can justify spending $199. And the question that I always ask them is, how much money are you spending on food that you are binging on or emotionally eating? It works out to about $25 a week. And if you really look at your receipts on what you're spending for food that you're eating unnecessarily that isn't for a hunger, it's generally way more than that. So just encourage you to look at it that way. It's an investment in your ongoing health. And over time, it's certainly going to save you a lot of money from not binging.
Absolutely. So in the body of this post, you can find the link to the sign-up page on the website. And also the date of the next group that's starting. You'll find that information there. Jessica and I would love for you to ask us questions. If you have questions about the group, feel free in the comment section below to ask your questions. We'll be glad to answer your questions. If you would like to send a private message to us, you can go to the website, and on the Contact Us tab, you can send a message that way if you don't want anybody to read your comment here on the group. But we would love to work with you, and we'd love to answer your questions. So please ask away. And thanks for listening in.
Yes, we'd love to work with you. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.